Hello everyone, SimCFI here. Today we're going to do a video with the A2A Simulations Constellation. We're going to do an IFR flight from Portland International to Seattle-Tacoma International. We're going to at least file to go straight up to the battleground VORTAC, taking Victor 287 up to Olympia VORTAC. Then we're going to hop on over to ARP intersection, then Payne VOR, and then into the 16 ILSs. They got winds at 130 at 8, so we'll plan on using those runways, but if we get switched in flight, then we get switched in flight. Alright, so let's pop on the ground power unit. We'll hop inside the airplane. Make sure we get our window heat on, which is right here, so that's on, so we don't frost up the windows. Anything else to do in here real quick? We'll go right back to the flight engineer station now. Make sure we turn on the battery switch, and before we forget, we'll turn on the radio master that sits behind the navigator seats. Okay, carburetor anti-ices off, all these switches off, we need the generators off. Then we got the turbochargers on low, throttles cut, carb heat cold. We need to get the cowl flaps open. They're already open, okay. And then I started this video and cut it and restart it because the next step is to take the propeller pitch and put it to increase until these lights come on up here, which they do immediately. But they started off on and they all extinguished, and it took forever and they came back on. And what happened is, if you have your propeller control lever mapped to a physical hardware device, if you put the prop all the way down, it puts it in decrease RPM, and all the way forward is increase. And so it's sitting in the decrease RPM spot, and that put the prop pitch all the way to the lower limit. So if your prop pitch gets all the way to the lower limit, you have to drag this gang switch up and put increased prop switch until you see these lights, and it actually takes quite a while, like a minute or two at least. Alright, so you do that. We'll keep the fuel pumps off for now. We got the fuel shutoff valves open, and we see our outside air temperatures just above freezing. Okay, so we're going to come over here, turn on the ground blower, which it already is, and we'll turn on the master switch here and turn on the heater so we can start heating up the cabin. Alrighty, so now hop over to the pilot side. We'll turn the beacon light on, and we can probably start getting passengers loaded. So let's look at payload. We have total fuel is under 3,200 gallons. So with the fuel system management, it's a little bit easier than on the Stratocruiser. If you have less than 3,200 pounds of gas, you want to set these tanks to be roughly the same. And what you're going to do with the flight engineer station is you just have it where you just have all these open, the pumps off, and the fuel crossfeed valves closed. If you have more than 3,200 gallons of fuel, you want to burn the outside tanks first. So what you need to do essentially is cut off the two middle tanks, the two inner tanks, turn on the fuel pumps for the outside tanks, and then turn on all 4 transfer valves. And what this is doing is you open the transfer valve for the system that's going to send fuel and the system that's receiving fuel. So normal flight, they're all open. And you cut off the fuel for the tanks that you don't want to actually feed the engines. And you turn on the fuel pumps for the ones that are feeding it, which is your outside tank. So this is the configuration it'll look like in flight if you have more than 3,200 gallons of gas. But today we're operating with less, so we're going to just have, in flight it'll look like this, pumps off, fuel shutoff valves open like that. Okay, for passengers, let's get a heavy load going.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
And we're going to start at least the outboard engines, or at least the number 4, which is over here, opposite of where they're trying to load. Alright, so before starting, let's make sure we have that beacon switch on. Reset the view. Our parking brake is set. Autopilot is off. boost controls are all on. Landing gear lever is in the down position. Throttles are cut. Turn on that no smoking to start with. And we'll turn on the fasten seatbelt sign.
I believe we have some NBC reporters on the flight.
Oh, goodness. Alright, so we got some NBC reporters on the flight, I think is what she said, some news reporters. So we really got to be careful flying. Alright, so I turned the master ignition switch to on. And let's go back to the flight engineer station. And we'll turn on the, we'll select the fire extinguisher for number 4. So when we start, if there's a fire, we can pull the handle.
VIP on board?
VIP on board, there it is. Okay. A lot of people going from Portland to Seattle today. Alright, so now we're going to start the inertia starter for number 4. That's this switch. Okay, we're going to wait for that wheel to spin up. Alright, that sounds about ready. We're going to prime number 4. And we're going to engage number 4. You can see the propeller turning. And now after a couple turns, we'll get number 4 magnetos to both. And it should start up. Oh, we'll get the throttles cracked a bit. Not today. Try that again. Looks like the cabin is heating up nicely now. That's good. Alrighty. Oh. Stupid. Let's get the fuel pumps on. Where's that fuel pressure? Fuel pressure's over here. There we go. Now it'll probably work. Alright, number 4, inertia. And I forgot, let me get my track IR on real quick. Okay. Prime 4, engage 4, the magneto's already on. Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Power pressure okay.
Alright, let's get that RPM up a little bit more to 1,000. Yeah, he confirmed oil pressure's coming up on number 4, so that's good. Okay, we'll take off the prime and move the mixture up. We have 3 passengers left aboard, so it's almost all ready to go here. So let's get number 3 started now. Number 3 inertia. And they're taking away the air stairs. And the flight plan ahead us departing at 30 minutes after
Cargo is loaded and we are shutting the door now.
23:30 Zulu, which is in 3 minutes. So number 3, prime, engage, cabin is sealed, she said, magneto's on. There it goes.
Oil pressure is rising.
Let's have that RPM rise up a bit more.
Can I have your attention,
Prime
please,
off,
ladies and
mixture.
gentlemen? My name is Betty, and I'm your head
Okay,
stewardess.
number 2, they're all on board, so we can start
I'm
this.
just going over some safety and emergency procedures. You'll find emergency landing instructions in the back of the seat in front of you. To fasten your seatbelt, simply slip the strap through the buckle and pull until secured. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Also, smoking is only permitted when the no smoking sign
Number
is
2,
off.
prime, engage.
Please stay in your seats unless you need to use the restroom. If you need
Magnetos to
assistance,
both.
I or any of the flight attendants will be happy to help. In the event of a water landing, there are life jackets throughout the cabin. Put it on, place it over your head,
1, inertia.
grip on the
okay.
waistband, and pull it tight.
Prime off,
In case
2
you need to
mixture.
exit the airplane, there are 8 emergency exits located throughout the cabin. We are all here to ensure you have an enjoyable flight. Welcome aboard the Queen of the Skies.
Okay, number 1, prime,
Turning 1.
engage.
All right, they're in. We're good to go back here.
They're all ready. Gotta get these engines running.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cold.
the captain has put the fasten seatbelt sign up, so please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts until the sign is turned off.
Oil pressure is rising.
Hello from the flight deck. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. It's cold out there, but we'll make sure the heat's turned up nice and warm for everyone. If there's anything we can do to make your stay with us more enjoyable, let us know and we'll be happy to assist. Sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and enjoy the flight.
Okay, I'll turn the pumps off right now. We'll turn it back on for takeoff. Cowl flaps will stay open. Cylinder head temperatures are slowly starting to come up. Okay, I think we're all good back here for now. Now we need to get up to the cockpit, get some frequencies loaded up. So looking at the airport diagram for Portland, we're sitting on the southeast ramp down here. ATIS is on 2835. It's 2835. Need to listen to COM both.
Portland Airport Information Alpha 23.
Information Alpha.
Wind 145 at 7. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition. Ceiling 2,200. Broken. Temperature 2.0. Altimeter 3007. Visual. Runway 10. Right and visual. Runway 10. Left in use. Landing and departing. Runway 10. Right and runway 10. Left. VFR aircraft stay direction of flight. All aircraft read back full short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Alpha.
Alright, turn that off. Now we need to contact clearance delivery 120.12. There we go, 120.12. And we have to get our IFR clearance now to Seattle. Let's also get the transponder on. Do a double check to make sure we're squawking mode C, which we are. Right now it's 15:31 West Coast time, and PilotEdge is going to close today, December 31st at 1700. 120.12, we got that. Okay, so you want to make sure you have pen and paper ready. Copy down these clearances. Usually want to use the acronym CRAFT, C-R-A-F-T. Load this up. So I got this on 4 flight. So it's going to stand for your clearance, and then your route, the altitude, the frequency,
Delta 484, contact Denver Center 133.67.
and your transponder code.
Power pressure okay.
What happened is I had my physical mixture lever set to idle cutoff, so I just shifted them up, and they just jumped a little bit. Alright, so let's contact clearance delivery.
Delta 434, Denver Center, roger.
Portland clearance delivery, Constellation 86517, ready to copy IFR to Seattle.
Denver is south right now. Yes, I'm working with a couple aircraft out there to come back to give that to you. Stand by. Number 86517, Portland clear for Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Fly runway heading, radar vectors Battleground and the Olympia 2 arrival. Maintain 9,000, expect 12,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.35, squawk 5701.
And can you say again the initial altitude to climb to for 517?
Constellation 517, 7,000.
Alright, clear to Seattle. Radar vectors to Battleground, then the Olympia 2 arrival. Climbing to 7,000, expecting 120,000. Frequency 124.35, squawk 5701.
86517, read back correct.
Alrighty. That was kind of fast, so it sounds like he's busy. So alright, let's get squawk 5701 down here. 570.
And Delta 434 clear to the Denver airport after OPD Tertiary 2 arrival.
And I'm going to put departure frequency in COM 2 now, so it's loaded up. So 124.35, 24, it's at 35. And we'll stay on COM 1 for ground and tower, which is COM 1. When I'm ready to go to departure, I just click COM 2 over here. So now we need to load up ground to get us a taxi clearance. That's on 0.9, 121.9. Alright, 121.9. Before we contact them, let's get some of the avionics set up. So now we're going to have radar vectors to the battleground, he said, which is the vortex we're going to the start
We
with.
provide en-route services, yes.
And then the Olympia 2 arrival. So battleground is on 116.6.
Compass 250, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
6.6. That's going to be VOR 1. It's already loaded up there. And now let's look up this Olympia 2 arrival. So going into Seattle's page.
For 562 Echo Sierra, Oakland Center, say request and type aircraft.
Arrivals. Olympia 2. Put this on a different page. Okay, the Olympia 2 arrival. Okay, it starts at the battleground, so we're going to come from battleground. And the MBA along the route is 11,000. We'll be going up to 12,000.
For 562 Echo Sierra, Oakland Center, squawk 6772.
So the next VOR we need is Olympia 113.4.
We're to Echo Sierra negative, squawk 6772.
Alright, so there's that. And let me get this Olympia arrival set up.
American 1850, go ahead. Approved, report back. Compass 250, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Alrighty. Now we're ready for departure. Taxi. And again, what you want to do is have a pen and paper ready to copy down the taxi clearance. So I have that on my ForeFlight on my iPad. So we are at the southeast ramp.
Compass 250, Seattle Center, climate tape file 200.
And we had information alpha. Portland ground, Constellation 86517, southeast ramp, ready to taxi with Alpha.
86517, Portland ground, rate 28 left, taxi via Bravo.
28 left via Bravo, 517. Alright, that is an easy one. Good thing it wasn't long.
562 Echo Sierra,
Right, so
radar contact 18 miles north of the Mustang
28 left
VOR.
via Bravo. That's just right there. Could not be any easier at this airport. And good thing it wasn't long because I didn't have my draw tool enabled on ForeFlight, so that could have been bad. Alrighty. So easy taxi. The runway is literally right there. So we're going to head over there now. Don't want these passengers waiting anymore. CHT0.
That's further, but just to be it. No, maintain for level 290.
And we're just gonna go straight there. And turn on nav 1 so we get the frequency, the Morse code, so we know we're receiving that VOR once we get airborne.
Delta 434, descendant path, express and maintain flight level 240.
There it is, we're picking it up. So I'll put nav 2 on so we know when we're receiving the Olympia VOR, Vortec.
American 1850, roger.
Let's get the throttles up a bit more. Okay, we're set on VOR 1, we're gonna have radar vectors. Trim, set for 5 degrees nose up. Let's get the landing lights on, strobe lights on, and we'll turn the pitot heat on. It's cold and we don't know exactly when we're going to hit all the clouds. Don't need windshield wipers. And now we need to make sure cowl flaps get set to 1/2 for takeoff. And since it's cold, maybe just a slight bit less. Okay. I never turned on the generators after starting. That's a mistake. We won't worry about the carb anti-icers just yet. Fuel pumps on for takeoff. Make sure this is at maximum. And we're going up to 7,000 initially. That up to 7. Rate of change about 400 feet per minute. Turn the ground blower off. And make sure the inlets for the superchargers are open.
Flex 2413, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
This pulls in the heat from the superchargers to blow it into the cabin.
Compass 250, descend via the Hawks 5, arrival for runway 16
Okay,
right,
now we need
Seattle,
tower.
altimeter 2994.
Tower for 28 left is going to be 123.775. Let's see.
Flex 2413, Seattle Center, roger.
Double check this. Tower 28 left, yeah, 23.77. Okay. There's 23.77. We got departure on 2. We're taking off on the 2.8s. So we're going to be headed off this way, and then we'll get a radar vector to the right to battleground. Make sure the altimeter heading is lined up. Okay.
434, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Portland Tower, Constellation 86517, ready to go, 28 left.
Great 6517, Portland Tower, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 28 left, 517. Okay, here we go. Looking left and right for traffic. And at this time there actually could be, because it's PilotEdge. Let's set takeoff flaps.
Takeoff flaps.
Not missing anything else, am I? Mixtures, props are set. We're all ready to go. Doors, windows. Okay, we get the power up, and it's cold, so we're not going to get it all the way up.
Delta 434, Denver
Gonna
Center,
watch
descend
those
via Kistner 2, arrival,
beam up
Denver
gauges.
altimeter 2972.
Let's set that.
80.
Yeah, looks good in the beam up. Cut it back just a little bit.
120 100.
Delta
Rotate.
434, Denver altimeter 2972.
Alright, positive rates, tap the brakes, bring the gear up. You see the green lights extinguish and the red light for gear unlocked illuminates. Let's get some nose down trim now.
Gear up.
Okay. Get the nose down a little bit. We have good airspeed. Let's get the flaps up. And now we're just waiting for radar vectors
Flaps up.
to the number 1 pointer, the orange arrow, for battleground. We're going up to 7,000 feet. Just pitch up a little bit more. And now we're going to reduce part of climb, which is 32 inches and 2,300 RPM. So now all you do is click this, click and hold this switch down for prop decrease.
36517, contact departure.
Departure 517, thanks. Alright, so we're cleared over to departure. So like I said, we just come over here, click on COM2. Okay, we're receiving Olympia. Let's turn this off before it annoys us. And departure. Portland departure, Constellation 86517, 2000.
36517, Portland departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11,000. Press and climb, maintain 12,000. Clear direct battleground with inland navigation.
Clear direct battleground up to 12,000, 517. Okay, we got cleared to the battleground vortex and we're cleared up to 12,000 feet. So let's do this real quick. Get the pressurization up to 1
Compass
to
250,
12,000.
contact Seattle approach 125.6.
So we got that going. Okay. And direct battleground, see all we have to do is just put the number 1 pointer to the top. And now let's increase the manifold pressure to 32.
Compass 250, contact Seattle approach 125.6.
Roll wings level. Just a tad bit early. Okay. And we are 8 miles away. Once we get over battlegrounds, once we get over battleground, it's going to
Compass
be
250, Seattle approach,
heading
respect the ILS runway 16 right approach, Seattle altimeter 2994.
329 will be the new heading, which is going to be direct to Olympia, which is the green. See, with the RMI, you can visualize it very nicely, especially when you have the 2 needles like that. And then you can use this as another aid, even though we're almost on top of the station. Let's tune it to 010 here. And you see how that pretty much centers up that needle. So then we're going to go ahead and, I'm just going to dial in the new heading here, 329. There we go. Alright, bump up the throttles a little bit. Remember, you keep losing manifold pressure as we climb up in altitude. Outside air temperature is just a tad below freezing. We'll turn the carb anti-ices on for now. Come on. Okay, definitely in IMC conditions now. We'll get the landing lights off and retracted. Don't want those on above 140 miles an hour. And wing and prop de-icer, we'll turn that on. Okay, we're at 5,000 for 12,000. We're pretty much on top of the station now. Let's turn left a little bit, and then we'll turn on course to 329. And you can see
Just a
how
little update from the flight deck. We're climbing on up to our cruise altitude. Once we reach this altitude, we'll be able to power back these big engines and things will quiet down nicely.
power them up a little bit right now. Alright, so you can see when we're getting close to it, 329 is what it's pretty much pointing to. We're 2 miles away in the DME. Since we're 6,000 feet up, 1 mile on the DME is directly over the station because of the slant range error.
Southwest 942 Albuquerque clearance. Good afternoon. Clear to the Aspen Airport. Largo 2 departure. Rattlesnake transition. Minutes filed. Maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 300. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.4 squawk 2112.
Okay, we're right over the VOR. We're going to turn on course now. Keep that turn
Southwest
in.
942 readback, correct?
Don't pitch the nose up too high. We'll go ahead and level the wings here. And we'll just trim it for the climb, so a little bit nose up more. Bump up those throttles again. And we'll
Expect runway 8.
get this needle centered up too. Alrighty. Kind of stabilized in this phase of flight. Let's hop back here real quick. Make sure we're not messing anything up. You're doing this with ATC, IFR. This is why there's multiple stations in this airplane. Let's check our cylinder temperatures. 200 is optimum. So that's good. Looks like 1 and 3 are the hottest ones, so we'll leave it on 1 or 3 to check them. Getting some turbulence. The pressurization is working nicely. It's starting to turn off course here, but we're actually intercepting this nicely, so let's turn back now. Okay. Sounds windy.
Sir?
Oh. A little bit of a wind shear right there. That's obviously going to reflect negatively. I think because what the system detects is that ball swung up pretty far right, so how A2A's logic is going to make it work will reflect negatively, probably by the end of the flight. So what I can also do to help me out here, let's get the heading index lined up, and I can just turn on rudder, I think. Oh, and the other end. And I'll control pitch. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh no, hold on. I did not line up those right. I got 030 on the top. Kind of mistook that for 330, so let's turn back on course again. We're at 9,000 feet for 12,000. A little bit left rudder to satisfy that ball. And we'll keep on the DME for VOR1 for now. Let's get this here.
250, contact Seattle approach 12.
Now let's
contact Seattle approach
line this up
133.65.
properly. There we go. There's your 33 and 33. Now if I do rudder aileron, now I'm going to turn us right just a bit. That'll help a lot. And I'm controlling pitch now. We're at 10,000.
Compass 250 Seattle, fly heading at 360, descend and maintain 3,000 vectors to final.
With IFR, you want to climb at best rate. Once you're within 1,000 feet of your altitude, then you want to reduce it between 500 feet per minute and 1,500 feet per minute. Alright, there we go. Now with this needle, I'm going to go just a tad left. Alright, what else do I want to do? We got to bump up the power, 32. And I'm almost here, not quite. We might be able to just sit with the low superchargers, but the throttle is slowly getting up to its maximum position here. There's so much to think about. This plane. Let's look outside. A lot of clouds. Let's go outside real quick. Beautiful constellation. I think that's Mount Rainier up there. can see it getting shook around. A bunch of other mountains. Just mountains going all the way down the Sierra Nevadas. But it looks great. Alright, let's get back inside. We're within 1,000 feet of our altitude, so we got it between those two ranges. Bump up the throttles again.
Delta 434, contact Denver approach 120.35.
So, what we got going on right now is we're going up this airway, and we have a VOR changeover point. So until we get to Malay, which
Delta
is
4, contact Denver
41
approach
miles,
120.35.
we need to operate from Battleground. Once we get to Malay, we'll operate to Olympia. So right now we're at 11. Once we get to 41, okay, here's 12,000. Let's get the pitch down. That's what I'm manually controlling. Autopilot's doing aileron and rudder. Okay, now I'll let the speed build for a second, get some nose down trim, and then we'll start dialing in a cruise power setting. So let's pull the throttle back to about 29 inches, and let's call it 2200 RPM. When you flick the switch forward and back for the RPM, it's going to move it at 100 RPM per second, I think it is. Here we're getting pushed up. Let's get that nose down so we don't violate our altitude.
Several aircraft towards there. Delta 434, Denver approach. Expect the ILS runway 16 left approach. Denver altimeter 2972. Other aircraft calling station.
Alrighty. Yeah, I kind of like just doing it like this where you control pitch.
For A2 Sierra Bravo, Seattle Center squawk 6453.
Okay. Throttle set, prop is set. Now
Remember
we
A2
just
Sierra Bravo, I'm not seeing a route in your IFR flight, but if you guys refile your flight plan with a route in the route field, please.
pull the mixture back to auto lean. See what else we can do from
Yeah,
here.
this didn't make it through for some reason.
What do we got going on? Still got our gauges. Carburetor air is right around freezing. Just glancing at the altimeter now because we're on ATC, remember? Keeping that kind of still. CHTs are good. RPM. Fuel flows down to 600.
For 112 Lima
Pounds per hour.
Victor, Seattle Center squawk 3304.
All these temps up here are fine.
Compass 250, 5 miles from sea life, fly heading 130, maintain 3000 till established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 16
Okay.
right approach.
There we go. Things have kind of calmed down for now. Now we're 18 miles away
For
from
112
Battleground.
Lima Victor, radar contact 16 miles northeast of the Penco VOR, clear of Portland as fog, climb and maintain flight level 210.
So right now I'm essentially manning all positions. The one thing that I'm not going to do on this flight,
Delta 434, contact Denver approach 123.85.
but that I am going to practice later on, is really
For
manning.
8651, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Seattle Center 126.6, 517. 126.6. 6.6. Okay, checking in. Anytime you get a handoff, it's very easy. Just listen. Seattle Center, Constellation 86517, 12000. That's it. No more, no less.
For 86517, Seattle Center, Seattle altimeter 2994.
2994, thanks.
Delta 434, Denver approach,
geez.
cleared ILS runway 16 left.
2994. And right about there. That puts us a little bit low, so we'll go ahead and just pitch up a little bit.
GC Bravo affirmative, I have it now. Radar contact 14 miles north of the Payne VOR, cleared to the Portland Airport F, south climb, maintain flight level 210.
Alrighty, now we're at our altitude again. Let's see. Looking at my fourth flight, switch over to the sectional.
Plus 9 for 2 up to runway 8 taxi via Alpha.
I can tell you that. Which one is it? we got Mount St. Helens off to the right. Mount Adams is right behind us. Alrighty, I think this is Mount Adams. I think this one right here is going to be Mount St. Helens. And now we got that mountain in front of us. Let's pitch up. The mountain in front of us. Yeah, that's Mount Rainier. So Mount Rainier,
Delta
Seattle's
1098
around here.
contacts Seattle Center 125.1.
Alright, so now let's start looking at this Olympia 2 arrival. And we always want to think about the next two things, especially on an IFR flight.
Compass 25th contacts Seattle Tower 120.905.
The Olympia, okay, so we go to Olympia, and then we take the 022 radio off of that.
Delta 1098 Seattle Center Archer. FedEx 2413 descendant path, express and maintain level 240.
So on fourth flight, I'm
Compass
experimenting
250 Seattle Tower runway 16 right, clear to land, wind 120
with loading up the arrival procedure. So we got Olympia 2, and that's that. From battleground transition, add to route. That just draws us a line right to the airport. So then we'll probably, let's see, that's a narrative on the following. Landing north, landing south. Okay. Radar DME required. We have both of that. Let's get Boeing ATIS set up. I mean, Seattle
Southwest
ATIS.
942 Altitude Tower runway 8 clear for takeoff.
Seattle-Tacoma International ATIS is 18-0. There's 18-0. Com 2. Oh crap. I switched off the wrong frequency. Wait a minute. Com 1, 126.6, that's where we're supposed to be at. What's that? Interesting. I think I was talking to him on the old frequency. Oh, what is going on? I've never had this happen.
So there's 942 Albuquerque Tower. Did you get a heading assignment from departure from
Biggest scare of 2016 right there.
So there's 942 flighting 310.
Alright, we're on 26.6. Com 1. That's Seattle Center. We got 18-0 for the ATIS. Okay. Dialed back to cruise. Going down. Double check that. There's an air station here. Checking the cylinder head temperatures again. Looks all fine and dandy. Pressurization is climbing up still. Cabin temperature is good. Back in the cockpit. We're on altitude. Alright, what else? What does it do? Oh yeah. Need to get the second page of the Olympia. So.
Delta 434 connect Denver Tower 135.3.
Battleground transition. I think what I'm going to do is, you can pause the video here or just look this up yourself, and I'm going to read it from fourth flight so I can see the cockpit in front of me here.
So that's 942 connect departure.
Alright, plates. Okay, second page of the Olympia arrival. Battleground
Delta
transition.
434 Denver Tower, good afternoon. Runway 16 left, cleared to land. Wind 030 at 6.
So if we're landing south at Seattle, we'll depart Fort, heading 343.
Southwest 942, Albuquerque departure radar contact, climb maintain flight level 200.
So basically, once we get the Fort, whether we're landing north or south, landing north, landing south, we depart Fort on one of these headings, and we get radar vectors to final, which would be nice. Then we don't have to go all the way up to Payne, because remember my original flight plan had us do this big loop, but we're going to get to Fort, which is somewhere in between here and here. And we'll get vectors, so it's basically a shortcut in. Okay, so
Compass 250, cross 16 center, 16 left, join Bravo to parking, remain on this frequency.
we're at 41 DME.
We've now settled into a nice cruise.
Been there a while.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the comforts of this magnificent airplane.
So now we need to be
Another aircraft calling with a request again.
we need to be navigating to the Olympia VOR. So we'll switch this over to VOR 2. And this is 329 still. Oh, let's double check it. Yeah, it's still 329.
Delta 1098, descend path discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Okay, we're on course. We're navigating 2. Let's get the altitude. So, okay. Let's see, so we're on nav 2 right now. So the next thing we should think about is
Target 2441, Phoenix clearance delivery, clearance
what we're going to
request.
put here. What we're going to put in nav 1. So if we're navigating, if we got the Olympia VOR in here already, we're navigating straight to here, then radar vectors. Then we're probably going right into an ILS. Let's do ILS, so 16 right. Makes logical sense, given the position we're coming in from.
Southwest 942, turn left heading 280, intercept Albuquerque 340, radial, resume the departure, and contact Albuquerque Center on 124.332. Good day.
So I think we're going to put the ILS in. The localizer DME frequency in 110.75. Should be the next one we use. 0. Okay. Still maintaining our altitude. Sun's going down. It's 1606 local. Let's look outside, so we kind of a shine that makes out the airplane.
Delta 417, Albuquerque Center, roger.
Looks nice. You can hear the creaking. Very nice.
So that's 942 Albuquerque Center, 134.6 now.
Alright, so now we are 25 miles away from the Olympia VOR.
Roger.
Let's see if we can pick up the ATIS. It's after the hour. I don't think the ATIS is going to change.
Delta 434, welcome to Denver. Join Gulf to the parking, remain on this frequency. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you.
There it is. Information India. Looks like they'll still be landing south.
Albuquerque 942, Southwest 942 Albuquerque Center, climb, maintain flight level 300, correct Rattlesnake.
They're landing the 16s. Altimeter 2.
Southwest 1838 Albuquerque Center, roger.
Alright, India. That'll come
Okay,
into
that
play.
wasn't 1838 that called me last then. Who called me last and didn't get a response?
Let's take a drink of water.
Target 2441, go ahead. Okay, I gave you a response. I told you clearance and request. Somebody called me between 2441 and 1838. Who was it?
navigating at?
For 5-6 to Echo Sierra, contact Salt Lake Center on 128.72.
It's not us. Here's your de-icer pressure. Looks like it's staying.
Level 417 Albuquerque Center, show you in a climb now.
Outside air temp is -5 Celsius. Okay. Engineer station. Doing good on fuel.
Rate 6517, contact Seattle approach 125.6.
125.6, 517. 125.6. 5. That's there again. 6. Seattle approach, Constellation 86517, 12000.
Rate 6517, Seattle approach, altimeter 2989er, expect ILS 16 right approach.
2989er, expecting 16 right approach, 517. Alrighty. That's 2989. Just going down. Right about there. That helps me out. Okay, let's pitch the nose down slightly. Maybe a little bit nose down trim. What's the trend upwards? Oh, so one thing I was saying a long time ago, really manning this 4th station, the navigator station, I'll probably have my E6B.
Level 417 to 70, the Hyder 1 arrival, runway 7 right transition,
And,
Phoenix altimeter 2987.
And calculate ground speed and all that with the E6B as we cross over VORs or cross radials and all that. But right now, this is enough of a workload. This is really looking quite nice. So X-Planet is an amazing sim, but they don't have weather looking like this.
Level 417, I'm going to amend that Phoenix currently west flow, so you could expect 25 left. Descend via Hydra 125 left transition.
Look at this. This is great.
Southwest 1838, same Mach number. Southwest 1838, Roger. You know what? Give me your indicated airspeed. Southwest 1838, reduce speed 250 knots.
1,870 knots. Is that actually 71 and 39 right?
Delta 417, best forward speed until advice.
Okay, let's see here. We are 11 miles from Olympia. I'm going to go back and look at the Olympia arrival. So once we cross Olympia, we still have to be around 10,000 for the MEA.
Southwest 9248, clearance from question number 2.
Because the hardest thing to do with this plane is control the descents and that airspeed. So once we know we have to descend, I'm going to pull the power back in level flight and descend at a slower speed. This wing view looks really nice out here. Take a screenshot of that. See what it looks like out the co-pilot window. Same sort of thing. That looks nice.
American 2441, Phoenix clearance delivery, cleared to the John Wayne Airport, ISO 5 departure, Joler transition, then as filed. Climb via SIT and squawk 2133, departure be with 119.2.
Flight engineer is not so lucky. Okay. Let's see, we got ATIS already. That was down there.
American 2441 departure 119.2.
I'm going to tune tower on this frequency. On COM 2.
American 2441 reback.
We'll be a little bit more busy on the ILS and managing the flight engineer station for the approach. Oh crap. Speaking of which, dropping all of a sudden.
Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, 7 pilots discretion, maintain 15,000.
Just pick that up. Look at that sunset. Last sunset of the year. It's going to look exactly the same next year.
American 1850, contact Salt Lake Center on 135.77.
Windows
X2413, roger.
Oh, and we're coming up over the VOR, that's why it's getting sensitive. Alright, we gotta pay attention now. Once we cross, we're making a right turn to 022, so I'm gonna put that in now. 022.
X2430, set to maintain 14,000, connect Portland approach on 118.42.
And this altitude, out of control. There's a lot to pay attention to right now.
American 1850, Salt Lake, no roger.
It's getting really busy. Alright, so we don't have to have these pumps on right now. I'm just gonna leave them on because well, you know what, let's just turn around. Those pumps can come off once you depart the airport, really. As long as the engines can maintain the fuel pressure within the green lines, the green arc, then you're fine. Jeez, we need to get down more. Alright, so I turned it left to a heading of 310, which is left of the original course. So obviously we're
Southwest 1838, send via higher 1 arrival,
right
runway
over the
25 left
Vortex.
transition, Phoenix altimeter 2987.
So once we fully cross it, I'll make the right turn to 022. Yeah, the fuel pumps are just for takeoff and landing, and anytime the engine-driven pumps can't maintain the 15 pounds of pressure. Okay, here we go. We're flying over the VOR. Let's make this heading 022. That's 10, 20, 22 is there. And then we're just controlling pitch. So now the tail will be on, we should be on 022.
X2413, Phoenix approach, good afternoon. Correction, Portland approach, good afternoon. Altimeter is 3004. You can expect the ILS 10 right approach. It's set to maintain 7,000.
We're right over the VOR, so it's not going to show right initially, but you can also see how the concept of pulling the tail is going to pull that right towards us. And you can see it moving right now.
American 2441, you're calling for push. Are they going to push you onto the active taxiway?
So we're on the
Then
zero
you don't need to call for
radio,
push.
and it's going to move right onto the 022. Maybe we'll turn it right a little bit more just to make sure, because we don't know the wind's aloft right now.
Southwest 942, contact Denver Center 118.57.
Alrighty. I'd like to be able to
Southwest
go down
942, correction, make that 127.02.
to 10,000 feet.
Delta 412, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
Controller's getting slightly busier.
Delta 417, sorry, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
Let's see.
Southwest 942, Denver Center, go ahead.
Looking at the arrival, there's some
Southwest 942,
restrictions.
that is approved, climb maintain flight level 340,
Turbo
Kudirect
prop.
Blue Mesa VOR.
We gotta maintain 12,000 feet over Olympia VOR, which we did, below 250 knots, which we definitely are in this plane. And let's turn left now to that 0.
Thanks, 2413, go ahead.
2. Right now we're on the 015 radio.
I can give you ILS for the left side, whatever you'd like to do. 10 right is a little bit longer.
Crossing RVAD. There's just turbojet limitations here, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay.
Hey, sorry, FedEx 42, correction, FedEx 2413, second, you got step time.
So some basic descent calculations. You want to take your altitude in thousands of feet to lose. So, well, we're going to be vectored to final. So let's look at this here. So
And FedEx 2413, that's not going to be approved. I can give you ILS for 10 left or 10
About
right. You
3,000 feet.
you take your pick.
So 12,000 minus 3,000, because 3,000 is the altitude we're going down to.
FedEx 2413, roger.
We have 9,000 feet
Delta
to
412, Phoenix approach. The altimeter 2987. Expect visual approach, runway 25 left.
lose. We have 9,000 feet to lose, so we want to take 9 times 3. Well, that's going to be 27. So 27
Southwest
miles.
1838, contact Phoenix approach on 128.65.
27 miles out is how far out we need to start descending. And if you take your ground speed times 5, that tells you your descent rate of maybe times 6.
Delta 417, resume normal speed.
So remember I said E6, I could use the E6 speed and calculate ground speed, but I'm going to use my navigator to tell me
We're
that.
122 Lima Victor, descend piles discretion, maintain 15,000.
Right now we're at 236 knots. We're going to be hopefully descending no faster than that, so let's take 236 times 5, no, 236 times 6. That's 14.
Or 112 Lima Victor, descend piles discretion, maintain 15,000.
So doing it times 5 or times 6 is between 1,200 and 1,400 feet per minute, so we'll descend at
Or 1 with Lima Victor, that's at piles discretion, so you don't have to descend now.
1,300 feet per minute to get down there. Okay, we are 17 miles away.
Delta 1098, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
And if you look at the arrival, from the VOR we have 6, 14, and 26 miles until we get to that Fort intersection where
Southwest
we're
1838 Phoenix approach, good afternoon, expect visual approach 25 left.
6, 14, plus 26, that's 46 miles along this route.
Delta 1098 Seattle Center, good afternoon, cross Ratty at or above 16,000, Seattle altimeter 298
Okay, we're coming up on our heading. I'm going to go left a little bit. On our radio, I should say. See the tail? That is pointing at 022, which is what we want. And then we have 022 dialed in up here. It's right there.
Rate 6517, turn left heading 350, vector final approach course, set to maintain 7,000.
Left to 350, down to 7,517.
FedEx 2413, contact Portland approach on 126.9er.
Hold on, we're going to do that. Alright, 350. That's right here. And we're going down to 7,000, so we need to get the power back now. Let's take it down to like 18. Start letting the nose down. We're going to reduce that prop now as well.
FedEx 2413, Phoenix approach, turn right 10 degrees, vector final approach course, set to maintain 4,000.
Alright, we're being vectored for final, so I'm going to switch this indicator over to the ILS.
Southwest 9248, clear to the Phoenix International Airport, SUMA 9 departure, SUMA then as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 900,000, departure frequency is 120.4, squawk 3132.
So you want to be powered back so we keep this airspeed relatively under control. Going down to 7,000 feet. And if anything, you can use this as a reminder on that heading. So
Southwest 9248, reback is correct.
Now what it is, I pressed the key command, I pressed the letter D on the keyboard to align the compass up with the heading indicator down here for the autopilot, because I noticed we weren't
Alaska 423, Seattle clearance, delivery clearance and request.
We weren't on 350 heading, and so I knew that this was drifting off, so I corrected that gyro drift. So the airspeed's doing relatively okay. I'm going to keep this nose down. I'm going to reduce the power a little bit more. Oh, we need to, okay, so now we have to start doing the stuff more. Close the cowl flaps. A good chunk of the way.
American 1850, connect Denver Center 133.67.
We need to lower the pressurization. Let's just take that one down to like 4 or 5 so we don't forget about it.
Delta 417, contact Phoenix approach 120.4.
Make sure we're still doing what we need to be doing here. Okay, so he turned us off a bit early, I think. So we look at VOR2, we're only like 30 miles out of the 46. So he turned us a bit early from Fort. Getting vectors to the ILS 16 right, which is what I planned.
Delta 417, Phoenix approach, Roger, field 9 to 10 o'clock, 7 miles, report when you have it in sight.
I'm going to let him know we have information in India.
American 1850 Denver Center, good afternoon. Descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Reduce that power a little bit. Seattle approach Constellation 517 has information, India.
Rate 6517, thank you. Contact Seattle approach 133.65.
133.65, 517. 133.65. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the approach plate. This is Seattle approach. Seattle approach Constellation 86517, descending out of 10,000 for 7.
Rate 6517, Seattle approach, good afternoon. Descend to maintain 4,000, turn left 10 degrees.
Down to 4,000, left 10 degrees, 517. Alright, left 10 degrees.
Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, contact Portland approach 124.35, good day.
We're going down to 4,000. I'm just going to write that down. Going down to 4,000 feet, left 10 degrees.
Southwest 1838, contact Phoenix approach 120.4.
Reduce the power a little bit more.
Captain, we should raise our power or lower the RPM.
Let's lower the RPM.
Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, Portland approach, good afternoon. Descend and maintain 7,000. You can expect the ILS approach, runway 10 right.
I'm going to close the cow flaps a little bit more. Oh, they're already closed. It's cold outside. Pressurization, I'm just going to take it down to...
FedEx 2413, turn right heading 050, reduce speed to 2,
Ladies and
correction,
gentlemen,
190.
hello from the flight deck again. We're currently descending and will soon be on approach, so our friendly stewardesses will now prepare the
Southwest
cabin.
1838, correction, Phoenix approach, good afternoon.
Okay. We're on a vector, left 10 degrees, right 340. We're descending down to 4.
Delta 417, thank you, clear visual approach, runway 25 left.
We really do need to have this power reduced.
Southwest 1838, traffic 12 o'clock and 7 miles, same direction, MD82 out of 7,000 feet for the visual 25 left. Advise when you have the traffic in sight.
Really reduce that power.
FedEx 2413 is 7 miles from Heron, turn right heading 070, maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 10 right approach.
Okay, so looking at the approach plate, you have to look at it yourself. We got 1075 as our frequency. That's down there.
Dallas 1838, thank you. Follow the traffic and maintain visual separation. You cleared visual approach runway 25 left.
Approach course is going to be 163, so I'm going to put that in as a reminder down here. Okay, we're descending down to 4,000 feet.
November 82 Sierra Bravo, turn right heading 280, vector final approach course, contact approach on 126.9er.
And then we got ATIS.
For 112 Lima Victor, contact Portland approach 124.35 so long.
For runways 16 right, tower is going to be 2095. So we have tower loaded up when we need it. Let's get the power reduced again. Remember, just like coming up, now when we go down, we're going to gain an inch of manifold pressure for every 1,000 feet we descend. So coming up to 7,000 feet. Okay, keep briefing this approach
Delta
here.
1098, contact Seattle approach on 125.6.
Minimums for straight in ILS 16 right is going to be 615 feet, 1,800 feet when visual range.
Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, Portland approach. Verify switching to 126.9, please. Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, thank you. Turn right 10 degrees, and when you reach 7,000 feet, reduce speed to 190 knots.
Let's see. That's what we need.
November 82 Sierra Bravo, turn right 10 degrees, reaching 7,000 feet, reduce speed 190 knots.
And the missed approach is going to be climbing straight ahead to 900 feet, then climb on heading 195 degrees, and on the Seattle Vortex, radio 210 to cross Tiki.
Delta 417, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Which is Seattle DME 3.
We are now on approach.
Delta 1098 Seattle approach. Good afternoon. Cross radiator maintain 12,000. Expect ILS 16 right.
Radar below 2,000 and climb to 5,000 on Seattle Vortex 210 to Zerly intersection, which is 15 DME.
Delta 1098 correction, Auburn 12,000. Sorry about that.
Continue climb to hold to 5,000. Alrighty.
Delta 417 Phoenix Tower. Good afternoon. Runway 25 left to clear to land. Wind 310 at 4. Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, turn left heading 270, descend to maintain 4,000.
That baby, what's our press raises look like now?
FedEx 2413, contact Portland Tower 123.77, good day.
Alright, yeah, the cab, we've caught up with the cab rated climb now, so...
For 112 Lima Victor, Portland approach, good afternoon. Portland altimeter 3004, descend to maintain 7,000, expect ILS 10 right.
Decrease the rate of descent. Press raises at 2.
Number 86517, turn right heading 110, 110.
110, 517.
FedEx 2413, Portland Tower, good afternoon, runway 10 right, clear to land, wind 180 at 7.
1,000 to go. There's 10, there's 1.
Southwest 1836, contact Phoenix Tower on 120.9er.
Right now we're 21 miles, which is pretty far out. Start reducing the rate of climb within 1,000 feet, so probably vectored this far because it took us so long to descend.
So that's 1838 Phoenix Tower, good afternoon, runway 25 left, clear to
Now
land.
we'll keep the power where it is now because we're going to be leveling off here at 4,000. We're turning right to heading 10 on the autopilot. I'm going to turn on the marker beacon. Nav1 to identify. Okay, we're leveling off at 4,000. I'll get the power. Let's get the RPM up first. We're going to get the mixtures rich. RPM up. Okay, we're identifying. Let's go up to 2,200.
Number 82 Sierra Bravo, turn left heading 170.
Down, back down to 4,000. Climb up. And power out.
Rate 6517 is 9er miles from CLAC, turn right heading 130, maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, clear to ILS runway 16 left, 16 right approach.
Okay, right to 130, staying at 4,000 until established, cleared for the ILS 16 right to 517. Right to 130.
For 112 Lima Victor, turn right heading 280, contact Portland approach 126.9er.
Alright, we're clear for the approach. We're 20 miles out. We have a long ways to go still. We're still too fast to get the landing lights down. Let's focus
Delta
on flying.
412, welcome to Phoenix. Cross 25 right Echo, correction, at Foxtrot 6, join Echo to the terminal, remain on this frequency.
Alright, I'm going to get the autopilot off. That's the wrong way. Okay, completely in my airplane now. And I'm going to leave the power down. Because we don't want any surprises.
FedEx 2413, that's approved.
Via 4 flight, I calculated just very roughly about an hour en route.
Number 82 Sierra Bravo is 5 miles from Hearn. Turn left heading 130, maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS 10 right approach.
We took off after 1530 local, and it's 1633 local, so doing pretty good on that planning. Okay, so
Southwest 9248 Seattle ground, runway 16 center, taxi via Bravo Charlie, hold short 16 left.
Some of the cowl flaps open, make sure we're at 4,000. Landing checklist stuff.
Or 112 Lima Victor, verify turning right heading 280, please.
All the valves are open. We got enough fuel in each tank. Let's get back up here. Maybe we just went through the localizer together. rear world, you'd have to go mist. Rear world, you're not going to man at the same time. Let's just turn into that localizer. That's a big number. We're 17 DME. After 12 DME, we'll start descending. Inbound course is 163.
Delta 10 on 8 after Auburn, descend and maintain 7,000 and reduce speed to 210 knots before you descend.
You cannot descend right now. There's fireworks over Seattle right now. I just saw it. Let's roll the wings level here. Okay, it's too far. Roll it back to the left now. So we're intercepting this course inbound. Now we need to turn to heading of 163.
For 112 Lima Victor, Portland approach, good afternoon. Turn right heading 300, descend and maintain 4,000.
Wings level here. We're at 4,000, we're at
Alaska
14.
423, I know you're waiting, sir. I actually have a request list, and I actually know exactly how long you've been waiting. 12 minutes and 10 seconds. It beeps at me every 30 seconds that I keep you waiting.
Going down
I understand
this
you're waiting for a
profile.
clearance. I will get back to you as soon as I'm done with everybody on the approach level.
Downtown
Delta
Seattle.
1098, contact Seattle approach on 133.6. Good day.
So I'm going to be going, here comes our glide slope.
Delta 1098, correction 133.65.
Let's get the power down. We're at this white dot.
We're 86517, contact Seattle Tower on 120.95. Good day.
2095, 517, thanks.
Seattle approach, Delta 1098 with you out of 12 for 7.
Alright.
Delta 1088, Seattle approach. Good afternoon. FedEx 2413, join Charlie to parking. Remain on this frequency. Have a good afternoon.
Below 140,
FedEx
let's get the
parking
gear
frequency,
down.
FedEx 2413.
Gear down.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
We get a
Rate
second.
2 Sierra Bravo, contact Portland Tower 123.77.
Over the tower, 82 Sierra Bravo.
Southwest 1836, left on Foxtrot 6, cross 25 right, join Echo to parking. Remain on this frequency.
Okay, Foxtrot 6 cross 25 right, Echo remains frequency, Southwest 1838 today.
Seattle Tower, Constellation 86517, straight in 16 right.
Rate 6517, Seattle Tower, runway 16 right, cleared to land, wind 170 at Niner.
Clear to land 16 right, 517. Alright, we got
Portland
that.
Tower, 82 Sierra
Getting
Bravo.
on glide slope,
establish
localizer. There's the runway.
Rate 2 Sierra Bravo, Portland Tower, good afternoon. Runway
We're
2,
below the speed.
correction, 10 right, clear to
Landing
land,
lights.
wind 180 at 7.
Clear to land 10 right, 82 Sierra Bravo.
Marker beacon is on.
Alaska 423, clear to the Portland International Airport. Seattle
Going
5
down too
departure,
fast.
radar vector Seattle then as filed. Climb and maintain 9,000, expect flight level 230 in 5 minutes. Departure frequency is 120.4, squawk 5625.
Final approach fix is 1900 feet.
Alaska
6.1
423, we're
DME.
cleared to the Portland Airport, Seattle 5 departure,
What
radar
DME go?
vectors to Seattle VR. Climb maintain 9,000, 230 after 5120.4 under departure frequency, squawking 56.
Alaska 423, beautiful, reback is correct, thank you.
Alright, we're going to slow down the approach. Let's put down approach flaps.
Southwest 942, descend upon
Approach
discretion,
flaps.
maintain flight level 240.
We want to stabilize this approach now. We'll get the approach down to 90 knots. That way
Or
we can
112 Lima Victor, reduce speed to 190 knots and turn left heading 170.
let's stop descending before we get too low in the glide slope. Like I was saying, final approach fix is 1900 feet at 6.1 DME. Missed approach point's going to be at 615 on the altimeter. I got 500 feet set here. And we definitely have the runway visual range to do the landing. We're below 100 knots now. I'm not going to do, you don't want to do final flaps until your very short final, because it's a lot of drag. Getting bumped around here. A little bit right of localizer. Now I need to do some more double checks for landing.
Delta 10 on 8, descend and maintain 4,000.
Very easy to get behind the airplane here. Let's get the cowl flaps completely closed. And now we'll get pressurization all the way down.
For 112 Lima Victor is 6 miles from here and turn left heading 130, maintain 4,000
Pumps are
until
on.
established on the localizer, cleared ILS 10 right approach.
I'm going to call landing checklist complete now. This is working out very well. Let's get familiar with, should have done this before, but I'm going to take a look at the
Stewardesses, prepare the cabin for landing.
Here's our middle marker. That's typically your final approach fix. Typically, it's close. See, we're roughly 1900 and roughly 6.1 DME. So I'm going to pull up Seattle airport diagram. Oh, I know what's going on. We're getting the markers for the inner marker now for, I think this is Boeing Field or something. So that's a little confusing. We're still below glide slope. We need to pitch up.
So the
Go right a little
Delta
bit.
1098, turn left heading 250.
And we're just going to follow whatever taxi instructions we get to parking at the terminal. Actually, I'm going to tell them to take us to the north ramp. Oh, here we go. See, now we're getting... Oh, I think I have a correction to make. The blue one, the outer marker, that is your final approach fix. The middle marker...
Seattle Tower, Southwest 9248, holding short of runway 16 left for runway 16 center.
The middle marker is typically your
Seattle Tower,
final, your missed approach
cross
point.
runway 16 left, runway 16 center, clear for takeoff, wind 170 at 9er.
Cleared across runway 16 left, clear for takeoff runway 16 center, Southwest 9248.
Oh, someone's taking off in Seattle. Got a little bit below glide slope. Just fly level, we're at 90 knots now. But yeah, so blue, outer marker, that's your final approach fix. Amber, middle marker, that's typically your missed approach point. And then if there is an inner marker, it's like right at the runway.
417.
Alright, now we're on glide slope. Now let's pitch down.
Hey, just wanted to congratulate you guys on the Western expansion. You guys are doing an awesome job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Happy New Year. It's definitely been an experience so far.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. I live in
glide
Phoenix,
slope.
so
Let's
it's nice
reduce
to fly
power.
around airport. So Delta 417 signing off.
Yeah, Phoenix is definitely the one that gives us the most problems. You should see the SOPs for Phoenix.
I bet. It's definitely an interesting airport.
90 knots.
Oh, yeah. Delta 1098 is 7.5 miles from CLAC. Turn left heading 190, maintain 4,000 until establishing the localizer. Cleared ILS 16 right approach.
At 90 knots, we got to be 480 feet per minute, so we're above the glide slope, so I got to get faster than 500 feet per
Portland
minute
Tower,
down.
November 82 Sierra Bravo, clear 10 right.
Alright, we're going to get the props up to full now.
82 Sierra Bravo, roger, join Echo to parking, remain on this frequency. Have a good night.
Okay.
Good night. Happy.
See ya.
Alright,
112 Lima Victor, contact Portland
slope.
Tower 123.77, good day.
We're already cleared to line with the tower. Okay, props are at full now. Neutralize the switch. We're going to add a little bit of power now.
November 112 Lima Victor is on the glide slope.
50 right. Or 112 Lima Victor, Portland Tower, runway 10 right, cleared to land, wind 180 at 7.
Very slow
Clear to
airplane.
land and a copy the winds to Lima Victor.
It's like a big 172. Okay, let's not fluctuate this glide slope too much, or we've been kind of all over the place on it. Here we go.
400 feet.
We're at our missed approach
Southwest
point.
9248, contact departure, we'll see you.
And we definitely have
departure,
everything in sight to land, so we're going to continue landing. So now I'm going to put the landing flaps down.
Flaps down.
Double check the gears down in green. Here we go. Let's try to make it smooth for those VIPs.
Southwest 9248, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb
20.
maintain 15,000.
Reducing the power.
10.
In
Seattle
Seattle, good
942,
evening,
connect
Alaska
approach
423,
123.8.
approaching
Adequate.
spot 66, ready taxi with the weather.
Say moderate.
Alaska
regain,
423, Seattle
pulling
ground,
back.
good evening, runway 16 center, taxi via Bravo Charlie, hold short of 16 left.
We got the yoke back.
Bravo Charlie to 16 center, and
We'll take
is
this
it possible to
taxiway.
take runway 16 left?
Alaska 423, I can give you 16 left, you need it for the space, but 16 center is the departure runway for it.
That's fine, we'll take 16 center, so we'll be holding short of 16 left for Alaska.
Okay.
431.
Cowl flaps
Hello
open.
again from the flight deck. We're now taxiing back to the terminal. Please remain in your seats with the seatbelts fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete stop.
North ramp, please.
On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for being with us, and we hope you had a pleasant flight.
Flaps up. Cowl
Flaps
flaps
up.
open. I told him we want north ramp.
Delta 1098, contact Seattle Tower on 120.95.
Let's get the RPMs up a little bit.
Seattle Tower, Delta 1098 with you, 16 right.
Clean up some
Delta
stuff.
1098, Seattle Tower, good afternoon, runway 16 right, clear to
Ground
land,
blower.
wind 1709er.
Pumps off.
Clear to land, 16 right, Delta 1098.
Number 86517, taxi straight ahead on Echo, hold short of 16 center. I'll get you to the north ramp here shortly.
Echo holding short 16 center 517. Okay. I think we got everything cleaned up properly. The engines aren't gonna blow up. Come on, icing stuff off. Go around for traffic. Turn off these carb de-icers.
So it's 942, Aspen approach. Good afternoon. I'm showing nice and clear weather down in Aspen, so unless you have another approach request, you can expect the visual.
Hold on a second.
So this 942 fly, presenting vector for the airport to set and maintain 14,000.
Oh, I think I see a confusion. We landed on 16 right, but this is showing 16 right, but this is on Echo.
American 1850, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Yeah, weird. Alright, so that's a sim error, and this is Orbix too, interesting. Alright, we're gonna hold short here, and then we'll get the rest of the clearance from there. Are there taxi lights? I don't know. Alright, let's hold short here. I think he's got someone landing on 16 right, I don't know.
850 Denver Center run.
Let's
Dallas 9248, contact Seattle Center 126.6, good day.
Strobes, pitot heat off. What's this nose light do? Oh, okay. Yeah, just leave landings on. Okay, we're holding short. Flaps are up. I think we did pretty good. And it was IFR. We managed our systems. We got our cowl flaps open. Temperature of the cabin is good.
Dallas 9248, Seattle Center climb, maintain flight level 230.
Pressurization is all set, is removed basically. I can open the window. Don't want to do that, it's freezing cold outside.
Seattle Tower, good evening, Alaska 423 short of 16 left, ready for departure.
American 1850 Denver Center, looks like Denver's back in north flow. Advise ready to copy amended clearance. I'm going to put you on the French arrival.
So we're at Echo at 16 center.
American 1850, you're clear to the Denver airport via present position direct Thompson, French 3 arrival. Send and maintain 17,000 at Thompson and 250 knots.
So it's probably going to clear us across these two runways and have us go down Alpha or Bravo. Looking at the airport diagram for Seattle. We'll get the RPM just above 1,000.
Alaska 423, Seattle Tower. Cross runway 16 left, runway 16 center, line up and wait.
Cross 16 left, line up and wait 16 center, Alaska 423.
Holding for?
Rate 6517, cross runway 16 center, 16 left, join Bravo to the north ramp. Traffic will be holding in position when you cross the runway.
Crossing 16 center, 16 right, Bravo to the ramp, 517. Okay, we're moving. Here we go, like I said, Alpha or Bravo, so we're taking Bravo to the ramp. And when you're cleared across runways, you always want to obviously check for traffic. You never want to really trust.
Dallas 942, turn left heading 260, 260.
Oh, so this guy's line up and wait, I think, or he's going to do something else. At any rate, always checking for traffic. It is cool seeing other traffic on the sim, so he's going to one of the other runways, I think, 16 center. Alrighty, we're in Echo, this is Bravo.
112 Lima
left
Victor.
and right. So we make a right
Continue
turn
straight
here.
ahead and exit right on Echo. Join Echo to parking. Remain on this frequency. Have a good one.
Turn right on the Echo, remain this frequency. Thanks for your help. 112 Lima Victor.
10 minutes until PilotEdge closes. We made it in just in time.
So that's 9248. Contact Seattle Center 125.1.
The audio is probably far separated from the video at this point. Not exactly sure how to really go about fixing that. Let's see, this is taxiway Golf. We'll get off at the next one. It should be the next left. Takes us to the north ramp.
So that's 9248 Seattle Center. Climb maintain flight level 390. Alaska 423, runway 16 center, clear for takeoff, wind 1709er.
Clear for takeoff, runway 16
We're on
center, Alaska
Bravo.
423.
We passed Golf, so the next left should be north ramp. Yep, just north of all the terminals.
Southwest 942, turn left heading 140.
Juliet.
Southwest 942 on the rollout on your turn. The fuel will be 12 o'clock at about 20 miles. Advise when you have it in sight.
Let's get off here. Let's see, that's a terminal. Oh, there's that guy taking off. That's cool. Yeah, we're just throwing it in here, I think. These are the terminals. Alright, at either rate. Just throw it over here. Someone can push us back for the next flight if they want.
Alaska 423, connect, departure.
Departure, good day, Alaska 423.
Let's get these guys unloaded for the new year in Seattle. Alrighty. Let's set the parking brake.
Alaska 423, Seattle departure. Good afternoon, radar contact. Climb maintain 1515,000.
And we'll keep the right engine alive. Let's get the ground power unit on. Let's get them out of their seats. And let's tell them to unload.
Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, which means you can leave your seat now if you wish.
Ground crew to captain. We are just unloading now.
Thanks for all the assistance, PilotEdge controllers. Happy New Year's.
See ya.
Okay, let's sign off of PilotEdge. Okay, wow. That was a lot. Get the right engine going. Just want to make sure we have heat. And we have 40 passengers left to dismount. Yeah, there's that right engine going. Let's go ahead and turn off the light. Alright, yeah, we don't need the beacon, we don't need the landing lights. What is the wing and tail light do? I haven't seen those yet. Oh, there's some nav lights. Oh, okay. Well, it's just about time for that. Nav lights on for after sunset, but don't need those anymore either. Let's see here. We shut down 1 through 3, so let's get these magnetos turned off. Our windshield heater is on. Alright, let's get over to the flight engineer station. Cowl flaps are open. The generators will go off now, except for number 4. I guess it doesn't matter, we got the GPU on, so we'll turn that off. Okay. Fuel pumps are off. I think we just wait now. Oh, you hear that? Starting to get out of memory errors too. Another reason why X-Plane is amazing. I just bumped up my RAM from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes, so that'll help with X-Plane, and whenever prepared goes 64-bit. Goodness gracious, I hope we make it to the end of this unloading session. Come on, passengers, let's go. Interesting to see what this report is going to come out with. That was a good long flight. Here's my maintenance hangar. So you've got a decent amount of time on the engines. They're all doing okay. Once all the engines are stopped, it'll show the three main systems like heating, AC, and pressurization as being okay, or whatever status they're in. Sometimes you can hear the passengers say as they're disembarking the airplane. See, I think the ground blower can handle the heating by itself, so I'm going to kill that one now too. Magnetos, master ignition. Close those supercharger inlets. 9 passengers, let's go. And we can turn off the radio master. Prepared is like, let me play you the sound of my people, the song of my people. Out of memory warnings. 7 passengers. Hey, look at that, 56 minutes time in flight. That's pretty much exactly what I had planned on for flight. We did 114 nautical miles. And down here they give you some recommended power settings, so climb at these speeds, 32 inches, 2300 RPM. And this PSI is the BMAP gauges, which is really the final say in how much power the engines are developing. So regardless of the red lines on manifold pressure, you don't want to exceed red lines on BMAP. And so when we took off today, we were slightly shy of the manifold pressure red lines because we were bumping up against the red lines for BMAP. And I have to go read into a little bit more on the theory behind all this stuff. But then in cruise, here we go. So this stuff is finally done. So here we go. They were comfortable. Oh, that was a good landing. That's good. So that was an improvement. You can see what I've done so far now. Alright.
Ground crew to captain. Door is closed.
Okay, we're all wrapped up back here. So long.
See you later. Happy New Year's. Turn all that off. And battery off. Get rid of the ground power unit. And that is it. We are done. Welcome to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, and Happy New Year's.